Here's a great initiative. It's called Racing Together, and Racing Together brings opportunities to Indigenous communities as well as making motorsport more inclusive. How fantastic. With names behind it like Ryan Story and Roland Dane, how can they go wrong? And they have a driver right here, Braden Sidoni, who is in his third race this weekend. Braden, Racing Together has given you an incredible opportunity. What's it like?
Oh, it's awesome to have the opportunity with the people behind me, like Ryan Story and Roland Dane and Paul Morris and Normal Motorplex. You know, it's really made a dream come true, and I'm excited for how it goes.
Absolutely. And what were you doing before getting in the Excel and driving around? Did you ever think you'd be here in Darwin about to be a race car driver?
Not at all. I've spent the last couple of years helping my dad out because he races HQs, being his camera guy. I never thought I'd be in the driver's seat.
So it's in the family, and I must say you're a talented artist. You do incredible pencil art. You've been given the opportunity this weekend to design the DJR car that is going to be racing out here, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Has drawing always been a passion of yours?
Not always. It's kind of just more like a natural talent that just came about. I did my own little business drawing cars for people, and then this opportunity came arise with Shelby Power Racing to do their livery, and I couldn't be more ecstatic to be a part of that.
Gary Connolly, you are the founder of Racing Together. What makes you so passionate about it?
Well, Racing Together really came about because we identified that in Australia the Indigenous population is 3% of the overall population. And if we look in motorsport in general, there's about 30,000 people working in motorsport in Australia and associated industries. So if you look at that percentage, we should have around 1,000 Indigenous people working in motorsport in Australia, and we probably have none, or one or two, I don't know. So we just thought we'd like to do something to get the ball rolling and try and encourage, firstly, an awareness of the issue, and secondly, to help some kids learn trades within motorsport. It's not just about being a driver, that there's roles as mechanics, as logistics, as data recorders, engineers, all that sort of thing. So we want to have an emphasis on STEM and encourage kids to have a career. We've started with a small team of 10. We want to grow that. We've got a male driver at the moment in Braden. We hope by the end of the year to have a female driver as well, young lady. She's only 14 at the moment, turning 15 at the end of the year. So we're hoping she'll step up and get into our second car.
Aisha, you're the #1 mechanic on this car, which is awesome. What's the Racing Together program done for you?
It's done a lot, like making new friends, new people, helping me learn a lot, being more independent with cars.
And you loved cars before this, so you love it.
Did.
And what do you actually do this weekend? Like, what's your role on the car?
Just making sure it goes all smoothly, making sure everything's all right with it, checking the engine and all that with the boys.
And you love it?
I love it.
This is incredible livery up close. Have you had a chance to see this thing in the flesh, in the sunlight yet?
It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
As soon as the die-cast comes out of that Shell V-Power Indigenous car, I'm going to slap that in the study at home because that looks very cool.
Braden, you must be so proud. Your incredible design is on the Shell V-Power Supercar.
Yeah, no, it's really good to be a part of this opportunity with Shelby Power Racing to do the livery, and it came out awesome, better than I expected. Really cool.
Now, you're racing in the Excels this weekend, but this is your first supercar ride. What do you think it's going to be like?
Oh, just a tiny bit faster than the XL, maybe. A bit excited.
Pretty cool that Racing Together brought you this opportunity. Have fun with Anton. We'll see you after.
Thanks, mate.
Braden, how was that, your first supercar drive in a car that you designed?
Oh, that was awesome. That was crazy. I don't know how they have time to think when they're racing these. It's just so quick. Oh man, the braking zones are, ooh. It's crazy.
Well, Red Bull Racing boss Roland Dane is heavily involved in this program. I've got to say, this just looks like a thing that's good for everyone, a great initiative. Roland, how hard has it been to get going?
Well, to be honest, the credit has to really go to Gary and Monique Connolly, the driving force behind it. They underwrote it, and then a few of us, Ian Gillespie, Paul Morris, Ryan Story, then helped with the next push. of getting it underway. And now we've got Talik Clancy involved as well, the volleyball player. And it goes from strength to strength because of the effort that Gary and Monique put in the first place.
It's really gathering some great momentum. It must be hugely satisfying for you and the other big names of this sport who are getting behind it and kicking it along.
Yeah, I mean, I love the whole, the essence of it when I see them. I've been with them at Morgan Park racing there. I've been racing myself against young Braden. But when we're down at Norwell together, etc., on a Saturday or whatever, just seeing them come together and learning, and not just driving, but learning about being mechanics, etc., as well.
Yeah. And that's one of the really important underlying things, isn't it? We're not just talking race drivers. It's all roles within the team world, if you like.
Yeah, it's really it's a smaller version of what the Super 2 and Super 3 categories are in supercars, where we're not just trying to bring on drivers, but mechanics and engineers and everyone who shows a bit of aptitude and wants an opportunity. So this is giving, hopefully, a load of young kids over the coming years an opportunity they might not otherwise get.
A brilliant program and just upside for everyone, which is great.